Hello everyone, so I will be doing the intimidating TBR book tag, so let's get started. The first question is a book on your TBR pile that you just haven't been able to finish. So for this one I have two. I have A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess, so I've probably been trying to read this for a year now. It's a good book and I like the story. It just has a lot of slang words that sometimes I don't understand the meaning to, and so I kind of get a little lost, and so it's taking me a little bit longer than usual to read this and kind of hesitant to pick it up. And the second book is The Schopenhauer Cure by Irvin Yalom. So my boyfriend let me borrow this book. He thought I would really enjoy it since I was a psychology major. And while I do like it, it isn't a book that I'm going to actively read for hours. So I have to make myself pick this up and read it. And I do enjoy it, but it isn't a book that I'm going to usually reach for. But I am determined to read these books and get them complete soon. The second question is a book you just haven't had time to read, and that one is It by Stephen King. I mean, look at it. It is huge, and I know I will like it, and I know I will like the story and everything, but it is big, and I just haven't had time to just sit down and actually read the whole thing, especially since this will probably take up the whole month to read, and I don't know if I just want to read one book a month, but I definitely want to read it, so maybe I'll split it up and be like, okay, for 1 month I'll read this many chapters or something, because I do want to get through this. The third question is a book you haven't read because it's a sequel, and that would be A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I really want to read this book, it's just I don't have the other two books, and I know if I read this now, I probably won't read the sequels for a while, and then I won't remember things, and so I just want to have a time where I want to get through all of them before I start it. The fourth question is a book you haven't read yet because it's new, and this one would be Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I read Everything I've Never Told You and I really enjoyed it, so I do want to get to this book eventually. Number 5 is a book by an author you read before but didn't really enjoy, and that one would be The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I really want to read that book, but I did not like Everything. I know that it is an unpopular opinion since everyone seemed to enjoy it, but I thought that book was very problematic and didn't represent the characters very well. But I'm hoping that I would like this one, and I'm willing to give this author another chance. Number 6 is a book on your TBR pile that you're just not in the mood to read, and for this one it would be A Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith or J.K. Rowling. I know I will like this. It's a mystery book, but every time I'm thinking about picking it up, I'm just never in the mood to read it. I don't know why, since I think I will really like it. It's just I always end up wanting to read something else. The 7th question is a book on your TBR pile that you just haven't read because it's enormous, and that would be Les Mis by Victor Hugo. So this has been a goal of mine to one day read this, but I just don't want to because it's just so big, and I know it's going to be a challenging read since it's a classic. Maybe if it was smaller I would be like, I would fight through it, but right now I don't want to read it because it's just so long. The 8th question is a book on your TBR that you bought because of the cover but haven't been getting good reviews, and that would have to be The Post-Mortal by Drew Magri. This book isn't getting really bad reviews. In fact, it's getting some pretty good ones. However, the bad reviews that it is getting is kind of making me hesitant to read it right now. I don't let bad reviews stop me from reading the book. It just made me take a step back from it and read books that I know I will enjoy. So the reviews just maybe seem like, oh, maybe I wouldn't like it, that's all. But I did like the cover. It's all neon green, and it has death on the cover, so I thought it was pretty cool. The last question is a book on your TBR that you find intimidating, and I would have to go with Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. So I heard amazing things about this book, and I probably will really enjoy it. It's a high fantasy novel. It just intimidates me because, like, the world is so big, and I don't know if I'm prepared to make such a big commitment and really get into this and take my time to read it. So it's kind of intimidating to me. And that's all the questions. Like and subscribe, and I shall see you later. Bye!